My father was obsessed with women. He had so many mistresses, even the maids couldn't count them all. And me, I was just number 11. I only knew one thing. My sister Clara shone like a diamond. She wore the latest Gucci children's wear. I only had ill-fitting hand-me-downs. I asked, "Mom, when can I wear a dress like that?" She didn't answer, just held me tightly. Her voice trembled. "Oh, Irene, what will become of you?" I said, "Don't cry, Mom. I promise, I'll never want pretty things again." But my words only broke her heart more. When she talked about the past, her voice sounded relaxed and cheerful. She sounds just like a princess from a fairy tale. After Mother fell ill, I was sent to stepmother Margaret's grand estate. It was the first time I saw my sister Clara. She looked like a princess from a painting. I was bloated, ugly, worth less than the maid who brushed her hair. Clara said, "Mom, have the servants throw her out." But Margaret said, "She is your sister after all." I felt like a dirty ball that everyone wanted to kick away. At lunch, the table was laden with juicy roast beef. The aroma filled the room. I lowered my head, my stomach growling silently. Only after they finished did stepmother remember me. "Take some sandwiches to number 11's room." I ate their leftovers, but honestly, it was better than the junk I ate before. I whispered to the air, "Mom, look, I'm sleeping warm tonight. Look, the chilblains on my fingers are healed." For a moment, I thought I saw Mother's face in the lake water. I curled up under the soft blanket and drifted off. "Don't worry about me, Mom. Clara is going to marry the minister's son." Living in the white cottage was the best thing that ever happened to me. In less than 6 months, the bloating faded. I grew taller and I grew thinner. I cherished every bite. Even when I wasn't starving, I always licked the plate clean. Only those who have truly been hungry understand the value of a slice of bread. At Christmas, for the first time, I was allowed to stand in the drawing room next to Clara. The room was packed. Many beautiful young women looked at Father with soft, admiring eyes. He enjoyed the attention. He gave a speech about family honor, but his favoritism was obvious. When it was my turn, Father froze. He looked at me with empty eyes. He forgot who I was. Stepmother whispered quickly, "That's number 11. Father just nodded. He said,
"Your origins are low. You must learn proper manners. Do not bring shame to this family."
This was the first Christmas gift I ever received. I wasn't happy. I wasn't angry. I just stood there, invisible again. 3 days later, a gold-embossed invitation arrived. It was from the royal family. Father made a strange decision.
"Bring that girl. Take number 11 along."
To this day, I don't know why, but Father ordered stepmother to bring me. Everything was carefully planned. As for me, stepmother dressed me in a bright red velvet gown. The maids curled my hair and pinned it with a shiny ruby clip. With makeup, I looked like a porcelain doll in a shop window. For Clara, stepmother chose a modest look, a simple-cut ivory winter dress, with only a string of elegant pearls. She looked proper and elegant, but on the grand day, Clara deviated from the script. She came out in a deep purple satin gown covered in diamonds. She glittered under the lights. She didn't look like a guest. She looked like she was auditioning to be the next princess. Father looked at her and nodded approvingly.
"Now that's my daughter. You shine like a jewel."
Stepmother whispered, frowning, "Isn't it too much? A bit too flashy?" Father snorted. He said,
"What do you know? You're just a woman. The royal family expects us to look grand."
Stepmother fell silent, but her eyes were full of worry. I was naive then. I thought Father was right. Clara was beautiful. She deserved to show it off. It wasn't until later that I realized the truth. Father didn't see us as daughters. He saw us as bait. He was willing to sacrifice anyone for a bit of success. On the way, my stepmother warned me, "Don't speak. You don't understand royal etiquette. Just stay quiet." The evening party was held at an ancient manor on the outskirts of London. The hall was blindingly bright. Lights glittered everywhere. Above us hung a huge crystal chandelier, beautiful but terrifying. Perhaps I was too nervous. As I stared at the lights, I suddenly felt dizzy. I hid behind my stepmother and Clara, like their shadow. Suddenly, the noisy crowd fell silent. The royal family had arrived. Everyone bowed at once. The king and queen entered. Beside them was a tall, handsome young man. That was Prince William. The king gave a speech. His voice was soft, but it had a power that made everyone listen. The party began. Waiters weaved through the crowd with silver trays, offering champagne. King Philip seemed in high spirits. He had a few drinks and chatted with guests. Then he turned his attention to my father. he said with a smile.
Your family's influence grows. I hear your vineyards in France and Italy are doing exceptionally well.
My father laughed loudly and proudly. He looked as if he stood atop the world. The king smiled.
Your vineyards are the best in France and Italy.
The queen looked like a beautiful ice sculpture. The queen said, "A girl like that belongs in the palace. She's the perfect candidate to nurture the next generation of royalty." I couldn't see their faces clearly, but I saw one thing. My stepmother's hand was trembling uncontrollably. The queen asked, "Duke, is your daughter engaged?" Father replied, "Not yet, Your Majesty." The queen said, "There's a prince in Eastern Europe who needs a wife. Don't you think it's a perfect match?" The king laughed. "Excellent idea." In that moment, I finally understood. Father dressed her up to sell her. And I was here because I was plain. A shadow to make her shine brighter. Father exclaimed.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
His booming laughter completely drowned out stepmother's panicked, gasping sounds. Prince William helped father up, saying,
The Duke is a true pillar of the empire, a man of vision.
A blinding light shot into my eyes again. I squinted at the ceiling. The huge chandelier was swaying. It was coming loose inch by inch. Prince William stood right beneath the mountain of glass and metal, still smiling, completely unaware of death hanging over his head. My blood ran cold. Only one thought. It's going to fall. To hell with etiquette. I screamed and rushed over. With all my strength, I shoved Prince William, yelling, "Move!" Crash. The huge chandelier and heavy steel beam crashed down. The entire hall shook from the impact. I fell to the floor. The heavy beam crushed my left leg. Pain exploded, and the world began to spin. I heard screams, roars, boots. The pain was too much. The world darkened, and then nothing.